Have you ever started a landscape project but felt stuck, indecisive, or just out of good ideas? Well, I know this definitely happens to me sometimes, but that's okay because I have a remedy for when I get to this point. Before we get started, I just want to say welcome to Plant Life Project. I'm Andrew, and this is the channel where we talk all about plants and the projects that they get us into. So, what do I do when I feel stuck and indecisive? Well, sometimes I just need a change of scenery to get some fresh ideas and renewed inspiration. So, this is when I go and visit a botanical garden. I always learn something new, whether it's a new plant that I'm not familiar with, or I find new ideas to incorporate in landscape designs, or I find materials being used that I never considered using together. Well, my most recent trip was to the Birmingham Botanical Gardens in Birmingham, Alabama. And I want to share with you my experience of the Japanese garden in particular, which is just one of many gardens there. We will discuss 5 ways that can help you create your own unique landscape design. One is emulating nature. Two is the use of stones and trees. Three is appealing to the senses. Four is creating good focal points. And five is using bamboo to create mystery. So join me as we take a stroll through the Japanese garden and find some ideas and inspiration. Upon entering the Japanese garden, I'm instantly reminded of how fascinating it is to see the extravagant use of rocks and boulders lining the pathways and shoring up slopes, with various plants pouring over and ferns growing between an outcropping of stone along the crushed gravel path. In keeping with the natural feel, more large stones are used to create steps and landings and are creatively placed at corners and intersections, which call your attention to a transition ahead. There is a central stream with a series of pools and waterfalls that winds its way through the garden, occasionally intersecting the gravel path, causing one to pause and enjoy the mesmerizing sound of a waterfall or gentle stream, giving you a new experience of the senses. A well designed garden such as this appeals to all of our senses, not just sight, and we can apply this principle to even a small garden or patio at home. It makes a garden come alive when it can be experienced by all of our senses. When I visit botanical gardens, I'm always surprised to see everyday plants that I take for granted, like Nandina or the ubiquitous dwarf Yaupon holly, used in a more natural way around the water and boulders rather than controlled and dominated with heavy pruning constantly. It inspires me to work to see such plants in a new light and think of new ways to incorporate them in various designs. Aside from using stone, trees can also provide structure to a garden with various sizes, shapes, whether deciduous or evergreen. We can add a strong vertical dimension to landscapes and also appeal to the senses by altering the light to give us shade. We can hear the leaves rustling above and songbirds among the branches. We can smell fragrance of blossoms or taste fruit and feel the texture of the bark or branches in our hands. Trees can also be living sculptures with curved branches and weeping forms, sometimes growing that way naturally, and sometimes pruned and formed this way by skilled and artistic craftsmen. Others are large with a distinctive shape or leaf color, creating a focal point visible from the other side of the garden. Well, no Japanese garden would be complete without a bamboo forest. I love the sense of mystery that is experienced when walking along the path with the tall bamboo stalks hanging overhead, enveloping me in shade, and anticipating what's around the corner, unable to see through the dense walls of this ancient giant grass. Once in a while, I can catch a glimpse of stones marking an intersection or see a red bridge inviting me to continue onward. There are many varieties of bamboo available today, with various stalk and leaf color variations and sizes, more appropriate for the scale of the average home, including many dwarf varieties which can be used in containers. It's important to note there are two types of bamboo. We mostly associate bamboo with invasive runners that dominate large areas, which is mostly what I saw here, but there is a clump forming type that grows more slowly and doesn't send runners out to take over the landscape. And that is mostly what is used in home landscaping today. As we approach this pagoda sculpture, I want to mention a little design trick to help your sculptures stand out more as a focal point. If you will plant a low evergreen such as this aspidistra as a background, it will help frame the sculpture and also provide depth and a sense of scale and keep it from blending into the background as you view it from a distance. I've also used holly leaf fern to achieve this effect as well. As we pass the many different leaf textures of the extensive variety of Japanese maples, we come to the large koi pond where all the winding paths and streams have led us. Koi ponds, like the bamboo forest, is essential to the Japanese garden, and we find our way across the elaborately crafted winding bridge and are welcomed by the brilliantly colored and friendly koi, expecting a snack from all the guests. While on the bridge, a pause is in order to admire the reflection of fall colors and the bright blue sky above and below. Well, I definitely found some of that inspiration that I was looking for. And I think what stood out to me the most, what I was reminded of the most, is how important it is to celebrate texture and appeal to the senses when I'm designing a project. And the use of these 5 design ideas that we talked about are just some of many things that helped give this Japanese garden its genius loci, or its unique sense of place. And even if you're not building a garden this size, you can still apply these same principles to your own design, whether big or small, and it will help leave a beautiful footprint in your world. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this tour, and I would love to hear about your experience of it. And remember, until next time, it's all about the plants.